Jack from Primeval Restoration, and today we're following up with episode number 2 of Caparin Hanks' Crab and Snack Shack on the restoration, and we'll show you now. As you can see, the van is now in epoxy primer. In the first episode we showed that we took the van back to bare metal, which highlighted a lot of the problems that we came across. We've now started to rectify them, and as you can see here, we're starting off with the panels that we've rebonded on to the van with a bonding composite. We filled the void below inside these panels, which was the problem, causing condensation inside, which was causing them to rust out. We left the epoxy primer underneath, we filled it full of the bonding composite, and now we've bare metaled around the outside again, so that when we apply our panel bond over the top, it will give it a proper chemical bond. So this is one that we've prepared earlier. As you can see, the bare metal and the panel bond are uniform around the outside, which is going to help seal out any moisture from coming back into the panel. If you remember from the first video, they really cut corners on the finishing of these wheel arches. So what we've done is we've re-welded the corners, which were completely open to the elements. We've then panel bonded over the welds and used a body filler over the top to get the final finish we want. We're then going to seal it all in with an epoxy primer and a high build over the top to smooth everything out. Originally, there was a big sheet of fiberglass right down the middle, joining the two together. The fiberglass wasn't applied properly and there was no resin involved, so it was very dry and it was just bonded to the filler itself. So what we've done is we've dug it all out, reapplied panel bond in the correct process. We've then used a body filler over the top, epoxy primered, to seal everything in. A lot of man hours have gone into this to get the right shape and to make everything uniform and looking right. To combat this, I've made a special custom tool that will allow us to spread the body filler on evenly and in a perfect uniform shape. The tool itself is a direct mould of the body lines on the van. All you do, load it up with filler, scrape it across, and there you go, perfect shape. If you remember again in the first video, this door section was like a patchwork quilt, made up of tiny individual pieces, all welded and stitched together. So we've spent a lot of man hours on the hammer and the dolly, making it as level as possible, and a thin skim of filler over the top to smooth it all together. Upon removing some vents, we've noticed that this inside bar is rusted and rotted out. So what we're going to do is we're going to sandblast it and epoxy primer it. But not only that, the entire inside of this nose cone is bare metal on the inside. So we're going to get up underneath with an epoxy primer and make sure it's all sealed and so it lasts a very long time. We hope you enjoy these videos, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel to follow the progress of the builds, and we'll see you in episode 3 when we'll be painting the van.